Oh yeah. We stopped off in Glendale, Kentucky at the Blue Beacon and got my sweet baby girl washed up. Oh, she's shining. Look at those lights. Woo, thumbs up. All right, so we're going to Chicago. We got some super tight backing to do to get in. So let's get started with another great episode of The Trucker's Table. Roll it, baby.
Robbie's got a gold watch. Don't seem like a whole lot after 30 years of driving up and down the interstate. But Robbie's had a good life, and Robbie's got a good wife.
All right, man. We're up here in Chicago. We're delivering here to this Peach Fresh Market. They're building a new supermarket here. Super tight getting in here. You see this fence right here? That fence needs to be all the way up over yonder by that porta-john. Oh, it's way too far out towards the road. So I don't have enough room to make my swing to get in over here to the right where you see that brown fence. But I'm going to give it a try anyway. And so I thought, we'd go ahead. And you can see my different angles. The picture at the bottom is the camera that I have on the back end of the trailer. One of my wireless cameras, so I can see if anybody's coming up behind me or if I'm about to hit something behind me. So here's that fence. And there's the tree. You see the limbs sticking out into the alley? The little alley right here? That alley is public access, public property. It's not private. Those tree limbs that are sticking out belong to the people in this little townhouse thing over here. Now, they're supposed to keep their tree pruned. And it's not supposed to be sticking out like that over into the alley. Now, I'm going to hit some of them limbs with the top of my truck, and I'm going to do a minor bit of damage to the top of my truck. I didn't get mad. I didn't get upset. I didn't go ranting, raving, and cussing. Stuff like that. It's just part of trucking, You expect stuff like that to happen every now and then. But anyway, you see here's the townhouse here to the left with the bricks on. To the right of me over here is a gas station. You see that little yellow line right there on the bottom screen picture? That is an anchor line that comes down from the light pole. Do you see how close the trailer is to it? And you see my wheels. If I keep coming forward, I'm definitely going to get tangled up in it. So what I have to do is I have to back out. Now you can see the tracks that my tires are leaving in the snow. So what we'll do is we'll watch those tracks. When I finally do get moved over far enough, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So anyway, what we're going to end up having to do is back out and move the trailer over, because I just can't get past that anchor line. That anchor line is what causes all of this problem. If that anchor line wasn't there, or if it was further over towards the gas station, then I could make it into the alley on the first try. So now we're backing back out and trying not to hit the townhouse because we don't want to do any damage to the truck, because I got a feeling it'd do more damage to the truck than to the townhouse. That's solid brick, man. So it's a slow process. Pulling up, backing up, pulling up, backing up, moving a little bit over at a time. You can't move a bunch. But I'm trying to be careful here because I don't want my bumper to catch that fence. Just a little spoiler here. This is my second time delivering up here. on this video. Since then, I've delivered a couple more times, and the people that live here in this little townhouse that own that fence, they came out and had a conversation with me about what I'm doing. And I tried to explain to them that there's no signs, no restrictions or anything on trucks being in that alley or being on this street. And if you want there to be restrictions, you need to go talk to your city council or whoever writes the zoning laws to zone it for no trucks. Now, the tree up here, I've caught some of the limb. I broke off a piece of limb, and I got a piece of limb stuck in behind my sleeper on my truck up there where I broke it off. Now, the limbs will grow back, so there's nothing to get that upset about. But as you can see, I never touched the fence, and I'm backing up now, trying to make this turn to get my nose swung around to where I can back up. You can see behind me, I'm trying to back up over along this fence. And what's going to happen is, once I get backed up over towards the fence, I'm going to get out of the truck, go over there, and push that fence myself up against that building as far as I can to try to give myself more room to get up close to the building to make that swing. And the street behind me out there where you see cars going by, that's Madison Street, busy street, so don't want to back out into it. Got my cameras watching for people driving in. Finally got my nose around, so now I can back up closer to the fence, try to work the trailer over. Now, this is supposedly a one-way street. I don't understand why those cars are parked in that direction, because I'll show you here in just a second. There it is. You see the sign? You can't see the front of the sign. You just see the back of the sign right there to the left where those yellow little poles are. That sign says, "Do not enter." So those cars, and that car you see driving right there, is breaking the law. That sign says, "Do not enter," and that car is entering. So that car is breaking the law. Not me, but that car. So you can see where we came in before. We tried to get over as close as we could to the fence. So what we're going to do now is jump out and try to move the fence over as far as we can. So we were able to get the fence over a little bit, and so we can get a little bit better swing. So we're trying to get in here now, being really, really careful. Don't hit the fence. At the same time, don't get tangled up in this yellow anchor cable you see right here to the right as we're going by. And then the further we go up in here, I have to back out a little bit and keep moving over. But anyway, once we get further on up in here, there it is. You see the yellow cable. You see my tire tracks. You see my tire tracks from the first time I tried to get in. And now you see my tire tracks this time. That's why I have this camera, so I can see where my tires are. And based off where my tires are, I know I'm clear or not. cable. So I cleared the cable. I'm able to get on in here. See the light poles. Barely cleared the light poles. Now we're pretty much lined up. All we got to do is back across the street and into the building and get back in. But it's still going to take some maneuvering. It's not just as simple as 1, 2, 3, bam, it's there. You still got to wiggle around a lot because you have the alley is literally maybe 2 inches wider than my truck. I mean, you see how tight it is. So I barely have enough room to move around in here. Takes a little while. This ain't one of those just whip it in there kind of things. You have to actually be careful what you're doing. One little turn too far one way or the other, you're taking out a fence, you're ripping off your bumper, knocking down a light pole. So you have to be really careful. I'm trying to back in to that roller door is right back there. You can see the dock right there. It's way inside the building. So this will take us a little bit of time, but we'll get it in here. Y'all keep watching. I promise I don't hit anything. Spoiler alert. it's about the end of the video. I thought I would go ahead and narrate the end here. We'll be back again. You can see they just got the one dock. So this is I think gonna be an issue going forward with this store, only having the one dock, and unless they have one on the other end of the building or something I didn't know about. But anyway, these cameras are awesome. They stick to you, anything that's metal, steel, iron, anything like that, and you can recharge them. If you got them where they're getting sunlight, they'll charge themselves. But they really come in handy. And I don't get any kind of kickbacks, but I am going to try to reach out to them about a promo code. So anyway, you can see right across the street there, that tight little alley we had to pull into so we could back up in here. And so it was rough. I ain't gonna lie to you, it was tight. You can see the limb laying there on the ground that came from the tree over there. And then you can see, if you look at the very top of my truck, when the picture pops up, there it is. There's where it ripped back part of my truck. So, you know, it's just part of trucking. But thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We're going to catch you on the next video. In the meantime, don't give up. Always keep moving forward. And keep punching.
Just keep punching, Apollo.
Keep punching.